Hey guys, so we need to have a conversation about sardines. I know, you're probably thinking, sardines for my kids? Are you serious right now? Well, hang tight because we're going to show you some easy ways to sneak those little nutrition bombs into meals your kids will actually ask for. So if you've noticed your child struggling with focus, having mood swings, or just want to give their developing brain a nice boost, this might be a game changer for your weekly meal rotation. So stay with us until the end because we'll share 2 kid-friendly sardine recipes my own kids love. Let's talk about the good stuff inside, omega-3s. Your kid's brain literally needs this stuff, but most kids aren't getting enough these days. Omega-3s help fight inflammation, support the brain function, and keep moods steady. So why sardines specifically? Because one tin gives your kid 1800 milligrams of omega-3, which is more than enough for a healthy and strong immune system. Plus, they're packed with calcium, vitamin D, iron, and zinc, all nutrients that help your kid's body make the most of the omega 3s. And they're also cheap and sustainable and easy to keep in the pantry and whip out one of these easy recipes on a whim. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, okay, this sounds great, but my kids won't eat them. Look, I totally get it, but I've got some simple tricks to make sardines taste, well, not like sardines at all. So let me show you some ways to transform these sardines into food that your kids will actually love. The first one is to disguise the texture. Many kids don't like the soft, oily feel, so you've got some options. You can make it completely smooth. So mash them, mash them, mash them. It might take a few minutes, but you'll end up with a nice creamy paste, which you can stir into a number of things. Or you could make them nice and crispy, which kids love, coat them, bake them into nuggets, and sardines become like a crunchy, savory snack. The next thing, you've got to mask the flavor. So squeeze that lemon in there. It really brightens everything up. Or a little mashed potato and even honey can trick the taste buds into something familiar and tasty. And third, start small and build up. So start mixing a tiny bit into foods that your kids already love, like pasta sauce, avocado on toast, and some yummy dips. Gradually, they'll get used to it and often without even realizing. So that's a win if you ask me. And here's what I do. You've got to get them involved in the prep and the cooking. Help them or let them help you mash the avocado, coat the nuggets, stir the sauce. You know, kids are way more likely to try what they helped make. Now that you know my tips, let me show you exactly how to do this with a couple of recipes your kids will actually ask for. First up is the yummy avocado dip with sardines. Now, this one works because it's a beautiful creamy avocado dip with the zestiness from the lemon, and your kids won't really tell that there's some sardines hiding in there. So what do you need? A tin of wild caught sardines, a fresh tomato, an avocado, some Dijon mustard. Make sure you check the label. There's no additives in there. Lemon juice, diced celery for some crunch, and to serve it, some nice clean whole grain wraps, checking the ingredients of course, or some big lettuce leaves if you're going grain free. You can also get some nice Lebanese pita bread, spray it with some olive oil and some salt, toast it in the oven, and you've got a nice healthy chip for scooping up this dip. All right. So here's how you make it. First, you open your tin of sardines, make sure you drain them really well, press press them gently with a paper towel if you need to. And now you're going to mash them really well. You're going to need to work at it for a minute or two. Really get in there. The goal is to have no chunks. It's got to look like a nice smooth paste. Then when you know it's ready, mash up your avocado and combine the two together. Give it a good mix till it's nice and creamy. Now, dice up your tomato and then add in the flavors. So a little bit of Dijon mustard just to taste, lemon juice, salt and pepper. All of these are going to mask the smell and the flavor of the sardines. And next, if you're adding celery, I know not everyone likes celery, but you can go ahead, dice it up really small and mix that into the dip. That will give it a nice crunch factor that kids love. Now that you've got your dip all made, you can pop it on a wrap, add some cucumber or some other salad veggies, roll it up and serve, or wrap it in those yummy lettuce leaves. Go ahead and pop it in a bowl, serve it with veggie sticks or those pita chips that I was talking about for dipping. And I'm sure your kids will love this one. It will keep in the fridge for 4 to 5 days in an airtight container. And my next recipe is mini fish cakes. The kids love this one and they love to dip it in a nice zesty dip at the end. It goes down really well. So what you will need: 1 tin of wild caught sardines, a cup of cooked and mashed sweet potato. It's about a medium potato's worth, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese, not the powdered stuff that you find in the aisle in the packets, the nice fresh stuff, and grate it yourself, some garlic powder or any seasoning that you like, and breadcrumbs. Now make sure you check the ingredients on your breadcrumbs. They can have a heap of additives. I use Mr. Chen's brand from Woolies. They just have wheat flour, yeast, water and salt. And if you're gluten-free or going grain-free, you can go ahead and use some chickpea flour. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is prep some sweet potatoes. You'll need to peel them. I like to chop them up into cubes and then go ahead and steam them until they're soft. This can take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. You'll know they're done when you can easily push a spoon into them. You can bake them too, but steaming is so much faster, but it's up to you. So once your sweet potatoes nice and soft, mash that up, and then you'll need to move on to your sardines. Mash them until they're really nice and smooth. Once that's done, you can mix it with the sweet potato mixture and mix it really thoroughly. Make sure it's all combined there and nice and smooth. Then you'll need to add some breadcrumbs. I start with about 1/2 cup, or you can use your chickpea flour. I would probably start with a bit less, maybe 1/4 cup. Add your egg, your seasonings like the Parmesan cheese. I like to add some garlic powder, salt. So mix everything together really well until it's all combined and it feels sticky. If it's too wet and won't hold a shape, just add a little bit more breadcrumbs to the mix, about 1 tablespoon at a time. Now scoop it up, roll it into little cakes, and then coat them in some more breadcrumbs. This will help them go nice and crispy in the oven. Once you have them ready, pop them on a baking sheet with baking paper and pop them in the oven. So 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. Before I do that, I like to give them a quick spray of olive oil, and that will help them go a little bit more crispy. And remember, if you decide to fry anything, because you could also fry these, always use avocado oil. It's got a really high smoke point, which means it won't oxidize and turn inflammatory when you bake it, when you use it at high heat. You want to stay away from those inflammatory oils like vegetable, canola, sunflower, and grapeseed oils. Now, this is the finished product. Don't they look delicious? I love to squeeze a bit of lemon juice into a plain yogurt. You can add some herbs in there if your kids like it, and they will love to dip these fish cakes into that yummy, zingy yogurt sauce. So there you go. 2 recipes that sneak the omega-3s into your kids' meals that they will actually like. Remember these strategies. Texture, nice and smooth or crispy. Flavor, lemon or a touch of sweetness, and go nuts with the seasonings. And start small. Mix them into foods that they already love. Don't forget to get your kids involved. They'll be more likely to eat it. Now, give these recipes a go and tell us how your kids reacted. I love hearing success stories. And if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more tips to make healthy eating easier for Aussie families. See you in the next one.